I love math and I love analytics, and I that is data just flows in my veins.
So have you always been this data driven? Like I remember I listened to you on Diary of a CEO, which I loved, and you just broke down YouTube in a way that I didn't know people did, which is naive of me. But I
Yeah.
didn't realize that people were intentional about the way that they made their videos. I just thought that a creator was a great creative or they weren't, and that they put out enough content that maybe it stuck. But hearing you talk about how data driven you are just across the board, like was that always something that was important to you?
Yeah, I love math and I love analytics, and I that is data just flows in my veins. And so, what's interesting is, like we talked about before, I have hundreds of employees. I mean, we're spending, if you include play costs, probably $4 or $5 million per video on average on the main channel. And so, when you put that much money behind it, you can't have it fail. So you really got to know what performs well and blah blah. But what's interesting though is the more you study data on YouTube, which if you listen to the Diary CEO, you probably heard me say it. The more the data shows that to do well, you just make good content, right? And then what is good content? Well, good content is what the viewers actually. So the data just
Gaming the
points to
algorithm.
making it videos that people want to watch. So then you don't study the YouTube algorithm. You just study what is that people enjoy. So it actually does come back to though like being very creative and making good content because that's what people want. Yeah.
Then takes it's very rare that somebody has both brains. And that's what I think, not to kiss your ass, is what makes you so special, that you have both brains.
There's the data analytical side, there's the creative brain, but the third brain that is arguably the hardest is also the entrepreneurial business brain and being able to scale up a large production company and build the largest sets in history and do
Yes.
all these things. And that's where, yes, most creators are one of the three. Very like you can probably count on your hand, creators that are two. And I'd say we're the only ones, which is why we're so big, that do all three.